Are you a homeschool parent navigating dysgraphia with one or more of your learners? It's time again for the TikTok Homeschool Conference, and this week a group of creators, we are sharing resources to help with neurodiversity and special needs homeschooling. Make sure you follow Erica Johns for the full schedule and info on future events. We had never heard of dysgraphia when we first started homeschooling, but we encountered some major struggles with writing and spelling with my oldest and kind of stumbled onto what it actually was by accident. Dysgraphia is basically an impairment in handwriting skills. It can often involve mixing up when it's the right time to use an uppercase or lowercase letters, reversing the direction of letters. It can be difficulty holding the writing instrument or trouble writing in a straight line. All of this can hinder a learner's ability to write efficiently, and it can get really frustrating and may even make them feel like they don't like writing. That's kind of what we were dealing with. I had a kid with an incredibly creative mind, and this kid had so many good stories to tell, but then would tell me that they didn't like writing, and that is how we kind of ended up figuring out what was actually going on. So I want to share with you some resources that I've picked up along the way, and hopefully these help. The first is Dysgraphia Life, and if you click this little guy here, they've got a resources tab. I can tell you from personal experience, their resources are really helpful. Another awesome resource is Nessie, which has a free trial. And while Nessie is primarily a dyslexia resource, we found it really helpful for dysgraphia too. I also researched the Orton-Gillingham approach. This one was also something we kind of stumbled on by accident at the very beginning of figuring out that my kiddo had dysgraphia and how we were working with it. And that was through OutSchool. We had an OutSchool class that was spelling for older kiddos, and the instructor was an Orton-Gillingham certified tutor, and that's how I learned about this. Okay, and this last one I might get a little bit of pushback on, but I promise you for us it has been awesome, and that is voice to type. So like I mentioned earlier, I have a kiddo who's incredibly creative, had great ideas, had so many awesome stories living inside, but just did not have a way to get those out. And especially when you're talking about creative writing and not the structural practice of writing, using tools and accessible tools like voice to type is a really, really good thing. So for creative writing, we do use voice to type in docs, but then we print it out and we sit side by side and edit it together, and then they go in and make the changes. I do also let them use their phone to spell check things because, you know, it's, can I say tool one more time? It's a great tool. Hopefully this was helpful and not too all over the place. If you have questions, let me know.